The hum of the control room was almost deafening. Every screen, panel, and console glowed with data, displaying numbers, coordinates, and strange signals that no one had ever seen before. Captain Arya Malik leaned forward in her chair, her sharp eyes scanning the streams of information. Humanity had faced many challenges in space: asteroids, rogue satellites, and mechanical failures, but nothing like this. Something was coming, and it was not from this solar system. It started as a faint signal. Scientists first detected it at the Deep Space Listening Station in Antarctica. The signal was unlike anything humanity had ever encountered, a sequence of pulses that seemed deliberate, organized, and strangely rhythmic. At first, some thought it was a natural cosmic phenomenon, a quirk of distant stars. But the patterns persisted, and soon, telescopes across the world confirmed an object, or rather many objects, moving toward the inner planets of the solar system. The United Earth Space Command issued alerts. Space stations around Earth went on high alert, and military satellites were repositioned to monitor the approaching fleet. Governments worldwide held emergency meetings. For the first time in human history, the entire planet united under a single urgent mission: prepare for contact. Arya felt the weight of responsibility pressing down on her. As one of Earth's most experienced space pilots, she had been called to lead a reconnaissance mission into orbit to get the first close-up look at the incoming fleet. Her heart raced, but fear was something she could not afford. Humanity had always survived by facing challenges head-on, using intelligence, courage, and unity. This mission would test all three. The first glimpse of the alien ships was unlike anything humans had imagined. From the observation deck of the orbital station, Arya watched as vast, dark shapes moved silently against the backdrop of the stars. Their surfaces shimmered with an unknown material, reflecting the light of the sun in strange, shifting patterns. The ships did not move like human designs. They glided, rotated, and adjusted positions with eerie precision. "Commander Malik, we're receiving transmissions," said Lieutenant Chen, her communications officer. "They're not in any language we know. The signal is strong, but it's unintelligible." Arya frowned. "Try translating it with every algorithm we have. See if there's any pattern, any hint of meaning." Hours passed. The alien signals remained cryptic. Then, without warning, a shock wave of energy passed through the outer satellites. One of Earth's orbiting telescopes was knocked offline in an instant. The aliens were testing the defenses, and humanity realized they were not coming in peace. Earth's response was immediate. Defense satellites fired warning flares near the alien ships, a symbolic gesture meant to show strength without starting an actual war. The aliens did not retreat. Instead, they adjusted their formation and sent more pulses, stronger, sharper, and more focused. Arya's team was tasked with intercepting the closest ships, observing their technology, and, if possible, returning with intelligence. She led a small squadron of Earth fighters, sleek ships equipped with the latest propulsion systems and defense mechanisms. The journey to the alien fleet was tense. Every beep, every radar ping, seemed to carry the weight of life and death. As they neared the alien ships, Arya could see them more clearly. Each vessel was enormous, far larger than any human design. Strange energy fields shimmered around them, and the hulls seemed to shift in texture, like liquid metal frozen in motion. The human sensors were overwhelmed, unable to fully comprehend the technology. "Formation Alpha," Arya commanded. "Maintain a safe distance. Scan everything. We need information, not a fight, yet." The fighters moved cautiously. Arya's ship hovered near the edge of the alien formation, scanning and recording. Suddenly, a bright pulse erupted from one of the alien vessels. It was not aimed directly at them, but passed dangerously close. The squadron rocked under the energy wave. Instruments sparked, alarms blared, and Arya gritted her teeth. "They're testing us," she muttered. "They want to see how we respond." Her instincts told her something critical. These aliens underestimated humans. Their technology was advanced, yes, but their tactics were rigid. They assumed fear would paralyze the crew. They assumed humans would retreat. But humans had survived against all odds before. Humans adapted. Humans learned. Arya called her squadron back to a safer distance. She began analyzing the patterns of the alien movements. The pulse weapons fired in predictable sequences. Their formations shifted in a rhythm, almost like a dance, but one that could be disrupted. The human advantage was creativity, adaptability, and unpredictability. Back on Earth, scientists and military strategists studied the incoming fleet. The news was sobering but not hopeless. The aliens' weapons were destructive, but the fleet relied on central power nodes. If humans could target those nodes, they might neutralize large portions of the fleet, but doing so would require daring missions into heavily defended space. In orbit, Arya's squadron detected something unexpected. A small cluster of ships had broken off and moved toward the asteroid belt. "Commander Malik, they're retreating," Chen reported. Arya frowned. "Not retreating. Repositioning. They want to regroup somewhere hidden. Follow them. Carefully." The journey to the asteroid belt was tense and dangerous. Hidden among the massive rocks and ice of the belt, the alien ships created a concealed base. Arya and her team observed massive construction projects, strange mining operations, and energy weapons being produced. "They're preparing for a long-term presence," Arya noted grimly. "They're not just testing Earth, they plan to dominate it." The reconnaissance mission revealed more than just alien plans. It revealed a fundamental truth about humanity. Courage, intelligence, and unity were humanity's greatest weapons. The aliens relied on brute force and rigid systems, assuming that fear would control humans. They had not counted on the human spirit. As Arya's squadron returned to Earth with their data, the mood was tense but resolute. Governments mobilized fleets. Scientists worked day and night to study captured alien tech, and citizens around the world prepared for the possibility of war. Humanity was united like never before. Borders, politics, and disagreements seemed trivial in the face of a common threat. Yet there was hope. For every alien ship observed, there was a human pilot learning, adapting, and planning. For every destructive pulse fired, humans found a way to survive and gather information. Humanity's greatest strength was not its weapons, it was its spirit. In her private quarters, Arya looked out at the stars. The alien fleet was distant now, but their presence was a constant reminder. She touched the small pendant she always wore, a symbol of hope given by her late mentor. "We are ready," she whispered to herself. "They may think attacking humans is easy, but they have no idea what they are in for." The first battle had been brief and cautious. No one had died yet, but the war was only beginning. Humanity had seen the enemy, learned their patterns, and survived the first encounter. And in that survival, they found a new determination, a fire that would not be extinguished. In the control room, alarms signaled another incoming transmission. Earth held its breath as analysts decoded the pulses. This time, the message was clear. The aliens were coming closer. They were watching, learning, and testing. They assumed humans were weak, easily broken. But Captain Arya Malik and her team knew the truth. Humans were strong. Humans were clever. Humans were brave. And above all, humans never gave up. As Earth's fleets prepared for the coming storm, Arya clenched her fists and looked at the stars. "Let them come," she said. "Let them see what humans can do. Let them learn the hardest lesson of their lives." Somewhere, deep in the asteroid belt, the alien commanders observed the small human fleet retreating from their base. They analyzed the data, unaware of the subtle patterns humans had discovered. They assumed victory was within reach, and somewhere on Earth, Captain Arya Malik prepared for the next mission. The first contact was over. The alert had been sounded. Humanity was awake, and humanity would fight. The stars above seemed brighter now, as if aware of the courage unfolding below. The war had not begun in full, but one thing was certain. Attacking humans could indeed be the last mistake any alien would ever make. And with that thought, Part 1 of the story closed, leaving Earth standing on the edge of a battle that would test everything it meant to be human. The news from orbit had spread quickly. Humans had seen the alien fleet, survived their first test, and returned with valuable information. Across Earth, the sense of fear was mingled with determination. For the first time in history, humanity faced a threat that could destroy everything they knew. But they also saw an opportunity to show their courage and unity. In the war room of the United Earth Space Command, representatives from every nation gathered. Maps of the solar system, alien fleet positions, and potential targets covered giant screens. Scientists, engineers, and strategists worked side by side, brainstorming ways to turn the aliens' strength against them. "Captain Malik," said General Ramesh, the leader of Earth's defense, "your reconnaissance mission provided crucial intelligence. We now know where their hidden base is, and we understand more about their technology. But we cannot attack without preparation. We need a plan that minimizes human losses." Arya stood tall, her uniform crisp, her eyes sharp. "Sir, I have studied the patterns of their weapons and their fleet movements. They rely on energy nodes to power their ships. If we can disrupt those nodes, we can weaken their entire fleet. But the operation must be precise. We cannot risk a direct frontal assault." A young scientist, Dr. Lila Tran, nodded. "We have already started analyzing the alien energy signatures. Using captured tech from the reconnaissance mission, we might be able to develop a device that can overload those nodes. It's risky, but it's our best chance." Earth's fleets began mobilizing. Pilots trained in simulation chambers, running hundreds of scenarios to prepare for every possible move the aliens might make. Engineers modified ships, adding experimental devices designed to jam alien energy fields. Humanity had learned quickly. Survival meant adaptability. Meanwhile, Arya and her team prepared for another mission into the asteroid belt. This time, the goal was not just observation, but sabotage. They would strike at the alien base directly, testing human technology against the aliens' defenses. The team was tense, but determination shone in their eyes. They were humans, and humans did not give up. As the squadron approached the asteroid belt, the enormity of the task became clear. Massive rocks floated in chaotic orbits, hiding the alien base from view. Sensors detected structures embedded in asteroids, glowing faintly with alien energy. Arya's ship led the formation, scanning for patrol ships, energy barriers, and potential weak points. "Captain, multiple alien ships approaching," reported Lieutenant Chen. "They are detecting us." "Prepare for evasive maneuvers," Arya commanded. "We need to avoid direct confrontation until we reach the nodes. Keep formation tight. Stick to the plan." The first encounter was brief but tense. Alien drones swarmed, firing energy pulses that streaked through the darkness like shooting stars. Human pilots dodged skillfully, using their knowledge of asteroid paths to their advantage. Arya's squadron moved with precision, testing the aliens' responses while conserving their limited energy. Finally, they reached the heart of the base. Here, enormous structures mined strange glowing minerals and converted them into energy. Central nodes pulsed with intense light, the core of the alien fleet's power. Dr. Tran's device, carried on Arya's ship, was ready. "Deploy the disruptor," Arya ordered. The device unfolded, sending a stream of concentrated energy toward the nodes. Lights flickered across the alien base. Alarms sounded, and energy pulses shot unpredictably as the nodes began to overload. "Impact successful," reported Chen. "We are seeing power fluctuations across multiple ships." The alien response was swift. Defensive ships launched counterattacks, firing at the squadron with deadly accuracy. But the human pilots were ready. Using agility, teamwork, and quick thinking, they dodged the attacks and continued to target the nodes. Every ship disabled weakened the alien fleet further. Suddenly, an enormous energy wave erupted from the largest node. It hit Arya's ship, throwing her into a spin. Alarms blared, systems flickered, and for a moment she feared the worst. But she regained control, guided by instinct and training. Her crew worked quickly to stabilize the ship. "We did it," she whispered, relief mixing with adrenaline. "The nodes are destabilizing. They don't know what hit them." The squadron retreated as fast as they could, navigating the treacherous asteroid field while avoiding alien reinforcements. The mission had been dangerous, but it had succeeded. Human ingenuity and bravery had struck a significant blow against the invaders. Back on Earth, the results were celebrated cautiously. The alien fleet had not been destroyed, but their power had been weakened. News outlets across the globe broadcast the victory, showing the world that humans were not helpless. Humanity's spirit had proven stronger than alien technology. Yet, even in celebration, there were warnings. Scientists noted that the aliens were learning. Their strategies were adapting. They would not make the same mistakes again. Every victory carried new risks, and every move forward required vigilance. As the days passed, humans began developing more advanced weapons and defenses. Engineers incorporated alien technology into human designs, creating hybrid ships capable of countering alien tactics. Pilots trained harder, learning to exploit enemy weaknesses while avoiding unnecessary risks. Arya continued to lead missions, each more daring than the last. She pushed her team to the limit, knowing that human adaptability was their greatest weapon. Each encounter revealed new strategies, new patterns, and new ways to turn the aliens' strength against them. One night, while reviewing data from recent skirmishes, Arya noticed a pattern in the alien movements. They avoided certain regions, seemingly afraid of unknown anomalies in space. She realized this could be exploited. Using this knowledge, she planned a series of maneuvers that would draw alien ships into traps, where human forces could strike with precision. Meanwhile, morale on Earth soared. Citizens volunteered for defense programs, engineers worked tirelessly in workshops, and young pilots trained day and night. Humanity had united in a way never seen before. Borders, politics, and past conflicts seemed insignificant compared to the shared goal of survival. Dr. Tran approached Arya with a new device prototype. "This can amplify the disruptor's power," she explained. "If deployed correctly, it could disable an entire section of the alien fleet." Arya examined the device, feeling a mix of excitement and caution. "This is dangerous," she said, "but it might be our best chance to gain a real advantage. Prepare a test mission. We'll see how it performs under combat conditions." The test mission was a tense success. The device worked as intended, overloading several alien ships and forcing them to retreat. It was the first time humans had directly turned alien technology against them in such a decisive way. The alien commanders, observing from afar, were puzzled. Humans were learning quickly. They adapted faster than expected, anticipating attacks and turning weaknesses into strengths. The aliens had assumed that fear would control humans, but they had underestimated human courage, intelligence, and creativity. As the sun rose over Earth, Arya looked at the planet from her orbital station. She thought of the young pilots training tirelessly, of scientists working long hours, and of people around the world preparing in small ways for the coming conflict. Humanity was not perfect, but it was united. It was strong. It was ready. "Prepare for the next phase," she told her team. "The aliens will return. They always do. But we are ready. We will meet them, and we will show them what humans are capable of." In the distance, alien ships regrouped, their lights blinking in patterns that hinted at confusion and frustration. They had underestimated humans once, and that mistake would cost them dearly if they continued to ignore humanity's true power. On Earth, citizens went about their lives with renewed purpose. Schools taught children about science, teamwork, and courage. Engineers built new devices, pilots trained for longer missions, and leaders coordinated strategies with unprecedented unity. Humanity had discovered its strength, not just in weapons or technology, but in spirit. Arya prepared for the next mission, feeling the weight of responsibility once more. She knew the aliens would not give up easily, and the coming battles would test every human skill and instinct. But she also knew that humanity had already proven something vital. They would not back down. They would fight, adapt, and survive. The first strikes had been successful. The alien fleet had been weakened. Human ingenuity had turned the tide in small but important ways. And the message was clear. Attacking humans was not an easy task. Every move would be met with courage, intelligence, and relentless determination. As night fell over Earth, Arya gazed at the stars, imagining the vast alien fleet out there, plotting their next move. She smiled grimly. "Let them come," she whispered. "They will find that humans are not so easily defeated, and when they strike again, they will face a force they cannot ignore." The war was far from over. Many battles awaited. But humanity had learned a critical lesson. Even against a far stronger enemy, courage, intelligence, and unity could change the outcome. The aliens had underestimated humans once. They would not make that mistake again. But humanity had already shown what it meant to be strong, clever, and brave. And so, Part 2 closed with hope and determination. Humans had fought back, adapted, and learned. The solar system had become a battleground, but one where humanity's spirit shone brighter than any alien technology. The next phase of the war was coming, and humans were ready. The solar system had changed. Humanity was no longer a passive observer of the stars. The alien fleet, once mysterious and invincible, had been tested and weakened by human courage and ingenuity. Every mission, every battle, had taught humans something new about their enemy. They were learning, adapting, and becoming stronger. Captain Arya Malik stood on the bridge of the flagship Resolute, watching as Earth's fleets moved into formation around Mars. The planet had become a critical staging ground for defense and offense. Colonies on the Moon and Mars had been fortified, space stations upgraded, and new weapons integrated with captured alien technology. Humanity was no longer just surviving, it was preparing to fight back. "Captain, sensors indicate alien reinforcements entering the asteroid belt," Lieutenant Chen reported. "They are responding to our previous strikes." Arya nodded. "Good. Let them come. We are ready. Prepare the fleet for intercept. This time, we do not just defend, we strike." For weeks, humans had studied the alien patterns, noting their rigid formations and predictable behavior. While their technology was advanced, their tactics lacked flexibility. Humans, however, were unpredictable. That unpredictability was the key. Using the asteroid belt as cover, Arya planned a daring ambush to disrupt the aliens' reinforcements before they reached Earth. The first phase of the operation was reconnaissance. Small teams of scouts moved quietly through the asteroid field, scanning for enemy ships. The aliens, confident after earlier victories, did not expect humans to strike deep into their territory. The scouts returned with vital intelligence. The reinforcements relied on the same energy nodes that had been exploited before. The weakness remained. Arya called a meeting of her squadron leaders. "We know their patterns, we know their weaknesses. This is our chance to turn the tide. Stick to the plan, trust your training, and watch each other's backs. We fight as humans, together. As the fleet advanced, the first skirmishes began. Alien drones detected the humans and fired energy pulses, streaking through space like deadly stars. Human ships dodged skillfully, using the chaotic paths of asteroids to their advantage. Pilots moved in coordinated patterns, striking quickly and retreating before the aliens could fully respond. "Captain, we've isolated their energy nodes," reported Chen. "If we deploy the disruptor, we can disable several reinforcements at once." "Do it!" Arya commanded. The device activated, sending waves of concentrated energy toward the alien nodes. One by one, the reinforcements went offline. Ships slowed, weapons ceased firing, and the alien commanders were forced to adjust. The aliens were learning too. Their formations began to shift, becoming less predictable. But humans were ready. Pilots had trained for every eventuality, and engineers had prepared backup devices for emergencies. The human fleet adapted faster than the alien command could react. In the chaos, Arya led a daring strike into the heart of the reinforcements. The flagship's weapons roared to life, targeting the largest alien ship. Explosions rippled through the void, shaking the surrounding smaller vessels. For the first time, humans had taken the offensive decisively, not just defending Earth, but threatening the alien fleet. Meanwhile, back on Earth, scientists worked tirelessly to improve human capabilities. Dr. Tran developed new devices to amplify disruptors, while engineers retrofitted human ships with alien technology. Citizens volunteered for training programs, pilots practiced maneuvers, and engineers tested new energy shields. Humanity was learning from its enemy and becoming stronger because of it. Arya's squadron moved from engagement to engagement, each time striking at alien weaknesses. Guerrilla-style attacks became their trademark. They appeared from nowhere, hit the aliens' vital points, and vanished before retaliation could come. Alien commanders were frustrated. Humans were unpredictable, fast, and clever. Every attack showed a new level of human courage and ingenuity. During one intense mission near Jupiter, Arya faced the largest alien vessel yet. The ship's energy pulses could destroy human ships in seconds. But Arya noticed something. The pulses had a rhythm, a slight delay between bursts. Using precise timing, she maneuvered her ship through the gaps and deployed a disruptor directly on the alien vessel's core. The ship's lights flickered, systems failed, and it began drifting helplessly in space. "Status?" asked Chen, holding her breath. "Direct hit," Arya replied. "We've taken down a major threat. Retreat to safe distance before they recover." The mission was a success, but Arya knew the aliens would respond. They were intelligent and adaptive. Humanity could not rely solely on bravery. They needed strategy, technology, and unity. And humans had all three in abundance. Across the solar system, humans celebrated small victories while preparing for the next battle. Earth's fleet grew stronger, colonies coordinated more efficiently, and civilians contributed by maintaining supply lines, building equipment, and training new pilots. Every human action, no matter how small, contributed to the larger effort. The alien commanders convened in their fleet, frustrated and confused. Humans were not only surviving, they were thriving. They adapted to alien technology, exploited weaknesses, and attacked with creativity and courage. Their behavior defied expectations. Arya, aware of the aliens' confusion, decided to press the advantage. She planned a bold maneuver, a coordinated strike across multiple locations designed to disrupt the aliens' central command. Humans would hit where the aliens least expected, using speed, intelligence, and teamwork. The operation began at dawn. Squadrons moved through the solar system, each team striking specific targets. Energy nodes were disabled, smaller ships destroyed, and alien formations broken. Human pilots moved like shadows, fast, precise, and fearless. Every strike sent a clear message. Humanity was not to be underestimated. During one daring mission near Saturn, Aria's squadron faced a concentrated alien attack. The enemy unleashed waves of energy pulses and fighter ships, hoping to overwhelm the humans. But Aria's team used every advantage: asteroid cover, synchronized maneuvers, and timing of energy pulses. They fought with determination and intelligence, turning what seemed like a trap into a victory. "Captain, all enemy ships in this sector disabled," Chen reported. Relief and excitement filled the bridge. Aria allowed herself a small smile. "Good work, team, but we must stay alert. They will regroup, and the next attack will be even stronger." Humanity's efforts had begun to change the course of the conflict. The aliens no longer had complete control. Humans had shown creativity, courage, and unity, qualities that no alien force could fully anticipate. Humanity's greatest strength was not technology alone, but their spirit, determination, and adaptability. On Earth, citizens watched the news with pride. Reports of human victories in space inspired a sense of unity never before seen. People volunteered for defense programs, schools emphasized science and teamwork, and engineers worked day and night to create new weapons and shields. Humanity was growing stronger together, ready to meet any challenge. Aria, however, remained vigilant. She knew the aliens would not give up easily. They were intelligent, adaptive, and relentless. Every victory was temporary if humans became overconfident. She trained her crews, reviewed battle plans, and coordinated with Earth's command constantly. Every human effort mattered. Every decision could save lives. In a quiet moment on the bridge, Aria looked out at the stars. The alien fleet had been tested and weakened, but the war was far from over. Humans had turned the tide in many sectors, but more battles awaited. She felt a deep sense of pride and responsibility. Humanity had shown courage, intelligence, and unity, but they had to continue to prove it. Somewhere in deep space, alien commanders analyzed their failures. They had underestimated humans once. Their rigid strategies had been disrupted by unpredictability, bravery, and innovation. They realized attacking humans was no simple task. Each move now required careful consideration, for the enemy was unlike any other they had faced. Back on the Resolute, Aria prepared for the next phase. The fleet would continue to push the aliens back, strike at weak points, and defend Earth and the colonies. Every pilot, every engineer, every scientist had a role. Humanity was no longer just defending. They were asserting their presence in space. "Captain," Chen said, breaking the silence, "our next target is the alien command station near Neptune. If we succeed, it could cripple their operations across the outer solar system." Aria's eyes narrowed with determination. "Then that's where we strike. Humans fight not just for survival but for their future. We show them that attacking humanity is the gravest mistake they can make." The fleets moved forward, faster and more coordinated than ever. Pilots executed precise maneuvers. Engineers monitored every system, and scientists adjusted strategies in real time. Humanity's efforts were no longer reactive. They were proactive, taking the fight to the aliens and showing them the power of intelligence, courage, and unity. As the operation progressed, alien ships fell one by one, energy nodes destabilized, and their command structure weakened. Humans adapted to every countermeasure, learning from each encounter and improving constantly. The aliens began to realize they had underestimated humanity at every turn. Aria, standing on the bridge, felt a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. Humanity had turned the tide in multiple sectors, but the war was not over. The aliens were formidable, but humans had shown something far stronger than technology: spirit, courage, and adaptability. The solar system had become a battlefield, but humans were ready. Every victory, every lesson, and every act of bravery strengthened the human resolve. The aliens had been warned. Attacking humans was no simple task. They would learn that their mistakes could be costly, perhaps their last mistake. And so, Part 3 ended with humanity gaining momentum, striking with intelligence and courage, and showing the galaxy what humans were capable of. The stars above seemed brighter now, illuminated by human determination, unity, and unwavering spirit. The next phase of the war loomed on the horizon, and humanity would meet it head-on, ready to defend their home and prove that attacking humans was indeed a mistake that no alien could afford to make. The solar system held its breath. After weeks of intense skirmishes, human fleets had pushed the aliens back from Earth, Mars, and the asteroid belt. Yet the aliens had not surrendered. Their remaining forces regrouped near the outer planets, preparing a massive assault intended to crush humanity once and for all. Captain Arya Malik stood on the bridge of the flagship Resolute, gazing at the stars. Her heart was steady, but her mind raced with strategies, contingencies, and possibilities. Humanity had learned from every encounter. They had tested the alien fleet, discovered weaknesses, and turned captured technology into powerful weapons. The time for final action had come. "Captain," Lieutenant Chen reported, "alien reinforcements have massed near Neptune. They are moving in formation, fully armed, and heading toward the inner planets." Arya nodded. "All fleets, prepare for engagement. This is our chance to end it. Today, humans show what it means to fight with intelligence, courage, and unity. Let's make it count." Earth's fleets, strengthened by hybrid human-alien ships and newly trained pilots, advanced toward the alien forces. Every vessel was equipped with disruptor amplifiers, energy shields, and advanced weapons. Humans had learned that direct confrontation was dangerous, so the strategy relied on precise strikes, ambushes, and exploiting the aliens' rigid tactics. The first clash occurred near Uranus. Alien drones swarmed, firing deadly energy pulses. Human pilots weaved through the attacks, using asteroids and moons for cover. Disruptors targeted alien energy nodes, disabling several ships instantly. "Status?" Arya asked, her eyes scanning the battlefield. "Several reinforcements offline," Chen replied. "The aliens are struggling to maintain formation." Arya smiled. "Good. Keep pushing. Stick to the plan." The fleets moved in coordinated waves. Human pilots struck, retreated, and struck again. Every maneuver tested the aliens' limits. For the first time, alien commanders faced a force they could not control. Human unpredictability, bravery, and intelligence made them formidable. During one daring maneuver near Neptune, Arya led a squadron directly into the heart of the alien fleet. Energy nodes glowed like beacons, the core of the enemy's power. With precision timing, the disruptor amplifiers overloaded multiple nodes, sending ripples of destruction across the alien ships. Ships slowed, weapons went offline, and chaos spread through the alien formation. The aliens retaliated fiercely. Massive energy pulses streaked through space, striking human vessels. Explosions rocked the fleet, systems malfunctioned, and alarms blared. Yet human pilots remained focused. They dodged, adapted, and used each threat as an opportunity. "Captain, their flagship is moving toward us," Chen reported. "It's heavily armed and shielded." Arya's jaw tightened. "Then it's time. Focus fire on its energy nodes. Hit hard, hit fast. We finish this." The human fleet concentrated its attacks. Hybrid ships fired disruptor pulses. Smaller vessels harassed the flagship from multiple angles, and Arya's squadron maneuvered with perfect coordination. The alien flagship flickered under the combined assault. Its energy shields failed, weapons shut down, and systems went dark. For a moment, silence stretched across the battlefield. Then the alien flagship erupted in a controlled explosion, sending shockwaves through the remaining fleet. Smaller alien vessels scattered, retreating toward the outer edges of the solar system. Humanity had won a decisive victory. "Status?" Arya asked, her voice steady but filled with relief. All enemy forces retreating, Chen reported. The command structure is disrupted. We have the advantage. Across the solar system, human fleets pursued the retreating aliens, ensuring they could not regroup quickly. Colonies on Mars and the Moon coordinated attacks, using orbital cannons and defensive turrets to prevent counterattacks. Humanity's unity and coordination had proven stronger than alien technology. On Earth, celebrations were tempered by caution. Leaders praised the fleet's achievements, but reminded citizens that vigilance remained necessary. Humanity had won the battle, but the war for survival required constant readiness. Every citizen, scientist, pilot, and engineer played a part in ensuring the planet remained safe. Arya allowed herself a moment of reflection. The solar system had been tested, and humans had responded with courage, intelligence, and unity. They had faced an enemy far superior in technology, but had overcome it through adaptability and determination. "Captain," Chen said softly, "they underestimated us. They assumed fear would control humans, but they were wrong." Arya nodded. "Exactly. They made a mistake, a grave mistake. Attacking humans was never simple. Every encounter showed them that courage, creativity, and teamwork are stronger than brute force." The alien commanders, observing from a distance, realized the full extent of their miscalculation. Humans had not only survived, they had turned the fight into a victory. The invaders understood that Earth and its colonies were prepared, resilient, and unified. Any further aggression would be met with unmatched resistance. In the weeks that followed, humanity consolidated its gains. Damaged fleets were repaired, colonies reinforced, and technology improved. Scientists studied captured alien devices, integrating new discoveries into human engineering. Pilots trained relentlessly, while Earth's citizens contributed through every effort possible. Humanity had transformed fear into strength, despair into unity, and threat into opportunity. Arya and her crew continued to patrol the solar system, ensuring that the aliens did not regroup or return with new tactics. Every mission reinforced the same lesson. Humans were brave, intelligent, and adaptable. They were not easily defeated. They were a force that no alien fleet could ignore. One evening, as the stars glimmered above Earth, Arya stood on the observation deck of the Resolute. She thought of the young pilots, the engineers, the scientists, and the civilians who had contributed to humanity's survival. Every effort, every act of courage had mattered. "They will remember this," she said quietly. "Every alien that attacked humans will know the price of underestimating us." On the outskirts of the solar system, the remnants of the alien fleet regrouped, damaged and demoralized. Their technology was advanced, but their rigid thinking had cost them dearly. They had learned that humans were unpredictable, adaptable, and fearless. They would hesitate before any further attack. Humanity had shown them what it meant to fight a species that refused to surrender. Back on Earth, children gazed at the stars with curiosity and hope. Schools taught lessons of courage, unity, and intelligence. Engineers, pilots, and scientists continued to innovate, ensuring that humanity was prepared for any future threat. The planet had learned an important lesson. Survival depended on bravery, cooperation, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Arya returned to her quarters, exhausted but proud. She knew the solar system would never be the same, but humanity had proven itself. They had faced an enemy that seemed unstoppable and had emerged victorious. Humanity's ingenuity, courage, and unity had reshaped the balance of power. The war was not over. Other civilizations might exist, and other threats might emerge. But humanity had demonstrated a simple truth. Attacking humans was never a simple choice. Every action would be met with intelligence, courage, and resilience. Arya looked out at the stars, her thoughts calm and determined. "We have shown them who we are," she said. Humans fight not just for survival but for their future, and anyone who thinks they can destroy us will learn the hardest lesson of all. The solar system was quiet, but the lesson had been delivered. Humans had survived, fought back, and won. Every alien that had attacked learned that bravery, unity, and intelligence were forces no technology could easily overcome. Humanity had turned fear into strength and danger into opportunity. And so, the final chapter of this battle closed with hope, determination, and pride. Humanity had proven that it could rise above any challenge, defend its home, and show the universe that attacking humans was, indeed, a mistake that no alien could afford to make. Captain Arya Malik stood one last time on the observation deck, gazing at the stars. The solar system was safe, for now, and humanity was stronger, wiser, and more united than ever. The aliens had learned their lesson, and humans had proven their worth. Courage, intelligence, and unity had triumphed, leaving a message for the galaxy. Attacking humans was never a simple choice, and it could very well be the last mistake any enemy ever made.